So thank you guys very much for your time. Again, smack me if you need anything. Thank you again.
So anyway, anyone who doesn't know me, I'm John Anderson, I'm the Chapter Secretary, and I'm a cynical bastard, but I was actually at the Global Game Jam, and I remember the look in the eyes between Friday, which was happy, fun, geeky time, we're just going to have a big party, it's going to be fun, and Saturday and Sunday, when it was like, oh God, I need a shower, but wow, I made something and that was awesome. Just to look in their eyes to see that much spoke volumes about what could have happened. And like Brian said, it was the biggest one we'd ever had and we could only have it so much more next time. But I just want to share that with you. But also, Mister Tramps, thank you very much for having us here. We always like coming out here, but please buy much drinks and food and keep your wait staff. Thanks again.
Thank you, John. The next man needs no introduction if you've ever worked in the game industry. This is Walton. The Chamber of Commerce tapped him to run our gaming seg. This is one of the kind of slightly invisible backbones to our industry. But I think it's really important, and I wanted Gordon to give everybody a summary of what's happening and what's going on and what are our initiatives for 2013.
Super. Oh, okay. So the Chamber's mission is economic development, and gaming has ended up being one of the key areas that the Chamber's interested in supporting. So they put together a special interest group under the multimedia technology area, which is mobile, us, and advertising are their three growth areas for the Austin region. So here's what I would say. If you're in a game business, you need to think about joining the Chamber, but you don't have to join the Chamber to get involved with our SIG. We have about 25 companies, about 35 people who are attending at one point or another the meetings. The meetings are pretty infrequent, only about once a quarter, and we could use your help. Most of the things that we work on are about our industry, so right now we're working on an incubator that poor Jennifer is going to lead, so and she will need all our help to make that work. So the purpose of the game incubator would be to foster some of the new companies that are going to come up, a lot of independent companies. We're all going to be independents before it's all said and done, in case you don't know that already. So it would be nice to have some infrastructure here to help us with that. So that's our number one thing, but the Chamber works on lots of things. The Chamber works on getting more direct flights into Austin. So one of our members has volunteered to sit on that committee. The Chamber works on getting more venture capital here in town. That's really important for us too. So I think that being involved in these things, if you have the time and the inclination, is really valuable. So that you see not only what are they thinking about doing, but also what can we input can we give them on what would make our industry better here in town. And I think that's really all I had to say about that stuff. Of course, Capital Metro, where's that guy? Oh, good. I just looked up the numbers to be sure, but $30 of your tax money goes for every single person who rides every single time they ride. So, and all that money gets stolen from roads, which is why our traffic sucks. I hate Capital Metro. Awesome. So remember, when people from the government are talking to you, their lips are moving. They're just like your bosses, they're lying to you. Wow.
If you've never heard Gordon talk before, you now know exactly what he's like. He's very honest, which is why I think he's one of the best speakers ever, because I really honestly believe that we need to be honest. Moving on, so I'm going to be your last speaker for the evening. I'm talking about two initiatives I'm doing. The first one is the incubator. As Gordon mentioned, this is something that the Chamber wants to see happen. This is something that a lot of people want to see happen. The basic reason why is we're a really big industry. We bring in a lot of money. We're probably going to top $1 billion this year, regardless of our personal situation. And to have a bunch of people who are on and off unemployment at our rate is really bad. There's something called kind of like a halo effect in economics where you make money, but when you make money and you have money to spend, you come to Mister Tramps or someplace like this and you spend money. The game developers spend a crap ton of money, let's just be honest. We spend a ton of money on a lot of things. Very locally, we tend to eat out more, we tend to do a lot of more local activities, we tend to partake of entertainment, and we tend to partake of services. There's a lot of people that I know in the game industry, more than in other industries, that do things like hire cleaning services and lawn services, because, we're too busy playing games to, clean our own house. That's cool, that's actually really awesome. If you can afford a cleaning service, holy crap, do buy that, by the way, the best value for your time, because time equals money. And somebody figured out that when we're unemployed, that's really, really bad for them. The government loses tax money. My billable rate goes from really high to what the hell. And they lose tax revenue off of me when I'm not employed, when I'm not claiming something, and they don't like that. So they've asked, they asked Gordon to put together an initiative, and then I said I volunteered. I said, hey, I'll do this. I'll put it together as long as I get some support. So partially you're asking me for support because incubators only work if the local environment is willing to put up a little effort. I want to be a civic-minded for-profit model. And that means if you're in another state, it's called a B corporation. You can go look it up. Texas is looking at B corporations. They don't have it yet. We really need to get one. Because it allows me to have for investments, but also have nonprofit funds come in. We're going to serve the greater Austin area. If you're in Round Rock or Cedar Park, you're in Pflugerville, you're in, as far as San Marcos, wherever you are at, I don't care. Just come on in and put it in here. We're also going to expand it out. I have people pitch me ideas, they're not only video games. I had a really cool idea pitched to me today, actually. It wasn't a video game, but it was really awesome. And I was thinking, man, this guy just needs some help. And he really does. And there's no place else for him to go, and I'm not going to turn anybody down. So we're going to serve full digital media, music and film technology. I can't fund actual films or actual music. Actually, somebody else, Rodriguez, is going to come up with an incubator for those specific types. He's working on that. And I think there's room for lots of creative industry incubators. We're going to provide mentorship. One of the things, I have people pitch me ideas, they talk about it, they go through, and I'm like, man, this would be really good. But you need to have a business person and a marketing person and a salesperson talk to you for about 4 hours, and you need to not talk and write down everything they say. So that's the kind of stuff that we're going to provide because, I'm in project management. I'm probably as close to business as any other industry professional is, and I still don't know half of what the actual business people know. I wish I did, and I'd still try, and I work really hard at learning as much as I can. But if I was an artist or a designer or a programmer, if I was in quality assurance and I had a really good idea, I wouldn't know where to begin. I wouldn't know where to go. And you know what? That's fine, because I don't code, so hey. And God, don't ask me to draw. As a matter of fact, I didn't even bring my business cards because Mary Rose told me they were really bad and I shouldn't. She was right. It's not like she's wrong or anything, okay? So, you need to. They're really bad.
I offered to design her new ones.
She's going to design my new ones because they were that bad. She felt pity on me. Oh. So, but you know what? That's part of the incubator is being able to stand up in front of a crowd of people and say, you know what? I'm a shitty artist, and that's okay. I have other skill sets. I'm going to provide them to other people, and I want everyone to understand that we're not all perfect, and we can all be a piece of a puzzle. We're not going to be the whole thing. There's almost nobody in this room who is the full package, and that's okay. We're going to provide sessions and training and business topics, and this is going to be open to the community. So an incubator is beyond the startups who are in it. It is beyond that. It is the community's resource center. It is a place where, maybe you started a company 2 years ago, you're still trying to get traction, trying to move. That's for small and independent business resources. What if you have a B2B situation? You make films, if you make short clips. The guy that did the Capital Metro thing, Somebody who was not a member of Capital Metro built that animated sequence for him. He built a 4-minute video. Somebody paid probably about $20,000, $25,000 for that. That's a B2B business. That's what we want to see. We're going to offer sliding scale resources. Not everybody's going to be at the super I have nothing stage. Other people are going to need just a little bit. So we're going to build it as they come, sort of thing. And that's pretty much the basis of the services. And I want to go over the community value because I am going to be asking for support over the next couple of months. The first thing is professional development. One thing I noticed when I got into the game industry, I personally actually have a degree in management. I think I've met 2 people who've had a degree in management. And I've met hundreds of managers. And I've asked them, like, what trained you?